Stretch at the start of the second half, you had the first 10 points for your team. I guess at the start of the second half there, I guess what was kind of your mindset? How were you able to get off such a strong start there?
I didn't know that actually, but I think my teammates just did a really good job of finding me. I was trying to roll hard, trying to seal deep, and so my teammates were just real unselfish and giving me the ball.
And then also for you, Hunter, when you guys are playing the small ball lineups, how did your responsibilities kind of change? I guess how challenging was it maybe to support AJ and some of those double teams and stuff like that?
I know that's a pressing question all of you wanted to ask for sure. It's good having AJ out there. I know he's been real. I know it's been real ups and downs, but he's had such a great attitude through it all. I really commend him for that. He's it could have been easy for him to jump off ship early on, but he's stayed with it, and I really hope he comes. Obviously today, the role is starting to expand slowly since KJ's out, and I think he had ups and downs like everybody, but he went out there, played hard, and played good today.
For both of you guys, you got up to the 20-4 start, and then at the end of the game, I think they cut it to within 6. In between, what happened? Do you guys, ways to close it out? Is that something you guys talk about, or is it just one of those games? Obviously, I know it's a rivalry game, so they're going to play with some pride, but just in between, kind of what happened?
Yeah, really, we just got to close out games better, have more energy, really just closing out the games better than we did today, because we should have beat them by more, but we didn't take that, like you said, it's going to be a pride thing when we play against K-State anyway, so, but really just taking care of the ball and just really just being coachable at the end of game situations.
Just looking at Flory's start and first start for him, do you guys have any words of advice for him, and how did you guys think about his play overall?
What I tell folks, just do you, try to dominate, just do what you was told to do what you've been doing your whole life since you've been playing basketball. Really try to make him comfortable. He knows what to do. Coach gonna get it out of him to play hard. I know y'all see it on the sideline when Coach get mad at him. So, Coach gonna keep betting on him. We gonna be there for him. We got a lot of seniors, so we just trying to help lead him to make the play better when KJ's out. So,
what did you guys think of this play?
I think he, in the first couple of minutes, the offensive rebounds they got, I think he got 2 in the first couple of minutes that led to some points, was huge for us. I think that really sparked our 14-0 run. And then, just being solid, obviously, he fouled a little bit, but he's going against some good players and guys who are savvy and able to drop fouls like that. So, that's something that we're working on, something he's working on. He's young. He wants to block everything, and that's a great attribute for him. And, he does that at a high level. So, we definitely want that. But, he played really hard and really good. Obviously, again, it's going to be highs and lows through a basketball game. But, making his first start in the atmosphere in a game like this was huge for him. And I think he did it really well.
Hunter, any extra emphasis from Coach or from the team as a whole on you and Flory just staying out of foul trouble with him being out there to start?
Yeah, once KJ went out, we only have 2, big men on the roster, unless you want to count Big Deal. But we got to try to stay out of foul trouble. We got to be smart, especially with jumping and stuff like that. So we tried to be as smart as we can, and Coach is really good at making sure that we're staying in good positions and stuff like that.
Did you talk about it, or is that something that's just known and maybe don't bring more attention to it, just kind of play the right way?
It was quick. It was just something that, you're look around, we got
Sure.
2 5-men active, so we got to, try to be as careful as we can, but still aggressive at the same time.
And for both of you guys, what kind of role did KJ have today in that assistant coach bench role? Did he factor too much? Did you hear in your ear from him a whole lot, or was he just kind of quiet over there?
KJ be having his moments, but if we down, you hear KJ, but he was just trying to encourage us to keep going, because we kind of letting down at the end of the game, so he was just trying to encourage us to do better. So.
Dajuan, end of game as they were making that run coming back, you had 2 pretty big defensive plays on fast breaks for them. What did you see in those coming in? What were you looking for, and how were you able to make those plays?
Just trying to get back on defense. Coach always emphasizes me to get back on defense. I was trying to make a play because we wasn't getting stops really, and he was making a little run. So I just got my hands on the ball, just used my instincts. So
And then obviously a big half from Zeke in the first half there with 14. What did you see from him, and how has he kind of blossomed here in the last few games?
What he's been doing. Keep shooting the ball. You know, he's the best, probably the best scorer besides Hunt. He's probably our best scorer on our team. He's the best shooter, so we need him doing that. We tell him to keep shooting, but you know, Zeke, he's unselfish too, so he likes to pass the ball, but you know, we really want him to score, and you know, that's what he's been doing. You know, he's been doing great for us, so he's got to keep it up.
And TCU coming up, you guys, anything about him? And I'm wondering, like, when you're looking at the standings, how do you just focus on the one and not try to get too far ahead of, hey, we need to do this, and this to get here?
Yeah, because you know, once you start looking too far ahead, that's when you can start overlooking teams, you know, not coming to play. So, especially once you're in a 4-2 record in the league, you got to just take it one game at a time. You know, look down, not trying to look up. You know, just keep your head down, keep grinding, and eventually, if you do enough of that, then you can look up and hopefully see yourself in the race at the end of it. You know, fortunately for us, we got you know, the top teams. All of them have to come here and play in this environment, so that'll be good for us. But you know, going at TCU, another team in the Big 12, where it's going to be a tough environment for us. We're going to have to come to play. Really got to have that one game mentality where we're not trying to overlook teams. We're going to go out there and try to play 40 minutes of Kansas basketball.
Hunter, what was it like going against Doug and Coleman Hawkins?
Yeah, it brought back high school days with Doug. You know, playing at rival high schools, so it was fun going against him. You know, it's my guy. And then Coleman, obviously, it's my first win against him in college. I think 1-5 or 1-6, so that's good.
Juan, what did you think of Hunter's personal 10-0 run there when he was dominant?
Was that at the beginning of the game? I didn't even know he scored 10 straight points. Oh, you talking about the second half?
Yeah.
I mean, we expect that. He should be doing that. Coach told him before the game how much we expected for him to get, and you know, he did what he's supposed to do. You know, he keeps doing that. I think everybody else just follow behind him.
What do you think of when you go to Bramlage? Will it be another high-intensity game? And was the home court maybe some of the difference today?
What do you think, Eric? I mean, like, it's going to be a very intense game. That's kind of like, you know, Kansas on the road. It's going to be intense everywhere you go. Everybody wants to feel like, you know, they're KU's biggest rival, and so they're always going to have a big atmosphere and big, make it, you know, a very large game. I don't want to say the word that everybody, you know, teams say nowadays, but it's going to be a very big game for guys. And I think, you know, we kind of let off the gas here, and obviously it's a 10-point win. That's a good win, but I feel like it should have been more. I feel like we were too lax out there, and it kind of gave them a little hope. So hopefully we're gonna have to come out there and play really hard, because they're gonna be fired up for that game and try to play to their home crowd like we did out there. So it'll be a big test for us when that happens. But again, head down, one game at a time on to TCU.
All right, we're done. Oh, go ahead.
All right. When you're going on the road to face TCU, where do you go to draw that energy if you're not going to have the home crowd behind you?
You gotta try to get it within. You know, you got Coach always says, and then, you know, it's kind of like a saying where when you're on the road, you're kind of in the foxhole with your guys. You know, I think we bring 15, so the 15 guys and the coaches and managers, everybody, and it's got to be within. It's got to be a tight huddle. Everybody kind of feeding off each other and starting off early. You know, that first 4 or 5 minutes on the road is very, very important. You know, you can either, you know, go on a run to where you silence the crowd and you're able to kind of play from ahead, or else, you know, you give a team like a 10 a run and then you're playing from behind with the crowd and everything. It can kind of go, you know, one of two ways.
All right, thanks, fellas.
Thanks, guys. Rock chalk.